god. This I can't get a single moment of fucking peace with you idiots.
No.
Every time. Every single time.
Oh my god. I love timing things so perfectly.
Anyway, hi, I'm Briar. I corral these clowns. This is the ringleader makeshift. Y'all start this shit. God.
Two of the clowns nearly just killed me by making me choke my own food.
Don't die.
Yeah, we know you like being made to choke.
Oh my.
Martin out strong. Goddamn.
Did I mention this was an 18+ stream?
You bet your sweet bibby it is. Anyway, folks, welcome back to D&D. It has been a hot minute since we've been on stream, but it's nice to be back. I need to cough real quick.
I like that we can watch him cough.
Oh yeah, you guys can see me just get facial expressions.
We just get to see you
So-
go.
Just wait till you see him have to fart, but he mutes himself.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. Right?
All right. We're here to play D&D.
Anyway,
What happened last time?
So, in the previous session, you all returned from your little trip over to the north, where there was a noteworthy amount more snow, and you got to meet with, and this is like session 9, not session 10. You were able to meet with characters from the previous campaign, Ghostlight Theater, namely Malin. I really hope I did not mix them up. Yes, nice, Malin, because there's one little difference. We got to meet with Malin and her daughter, learn a little bit about the difficulties they faced in the previous campaign, and get kind of a foreboding warning of, yeah, there's kind of no hope against the big bad evil guy of this one, guys. Good luck. And then return to Pleodorus briefly before getting a job from Theodore, who promised to help spread the word of your name in the Opal Estate, or whatever you're going to end up naming it, to some of his friends and the higher-ups in the city to, help gain some notoriety, as long as you do a little delivery for him, or pick up a delivery for him that's been a little hard to get his hands on. After a quick trip through the woods, and a quick trip through some psychedelic golden goop, wherein Kitty's character literally saw God,
Yes.
and
Welcome.
whichever one it might be, you all made it to the city of Linalia. I keep forgetting how to pronounce my own cities. An elven-dominated city deep in the woods, where you were picking up this shipment of a very, very angry and agitated chest that was chained very thoroughly shut. And the guy who was giving it to you was like, yeah, don't worry, I've kept this in my office to prove just how safe it is. Just, don't go fiddling with it. And then you all found a tavern for the night, and you started sleeping, presumably. Or did you start sleeping? Which is what we're about to find out right now.
I just want to
Should
say,
we go
listen.
howl at the moon again?
Yes, I did one. I do one. It was kind of a rough night, day. So I would like to get some of that pent up energy out and howl at the moon.
Oh my god.
Nice. So I assume you all kind of just quickly powwow in like the inn's lobby and are like, "Aight, sleepy time, but first, who needs to go get their energy out howling at the moon? Show of hands."
Oh, you're not actually going to go howl at the moon again, are you?
Listen, I almost turned into that kind of a lot of like nature energy in me.
Can I just
That
request you
nice.
do it away from the tavern so I can actually sleep tonight?
I mean, I'm gonna go like 15 minutes that way.
I don't think it'll carry that far. Carry on.
All right, flowers.
Yeah! It's always fun when we do that.
Well, to be fair, Nesrun, if I find someone else tonight, I don't think you're getting much sleep.
Oh my god. Do you have to? Can we just not do that tonight.
He shrugs. That's how I relax.
Can't you use, like, cannabis or alcohol or something
I mean,
other than
you could-
something that keeps me up at night?
you could come scream at the moon with us.
If I start screaming at the moon, I don't think you all will have pleasant dreams.
I mean, Timothy.
You could,
I
yes, you
appreciate
could
the
go
offer.
scream at the moon. Yes.
I don't scream.
A couple of
You
nights
can
ago would
moan at
suggest
the moon?
otherwise.
Oh, that wasn't me.
God.
Anyway, I think I'm just gonna go get some rest myself. And you see Waylon just walking up the stairs to like his room.
I think I broke him.
The fucking wheeze.
Yeah.
You see Waylon's like rubbing his temples a little bit as he like walks up the stairs.
It's not even
Uh,
anything in this
Why
mug,
does it
it's just
start
yogurt.
a rumor that there's some wild animal in the forest?
Yes, the forest. Sorry.
So
Like, I don't know, there's this dangerous ass animal or group of animals wandering around. We don't know what the fuck it is, but it sure sounds whack at night.
So, Angels, do you go looking for a companion for the night?
Yes, I do.
My God.
All right, we'll get to that after a quick show of hands. I think Group A is going to be whoever's going out howling at the moon. Group B is going to go try and fight the sleep allegations and go to bed. And Group C is exactly who you think it is. It is exclusively Angel's character going to find some elf companionship.
Question to
Oh.
everybody that's not Tim. Do I try and fuck it up?
Do it. Do it.
Let's do that.
Right there.
Democracy, man. I'm sorry. And I could also flip this air tag, but I don't think it would end up very well.
You say democracy, but you forget one.
Yasha, do I fuck it up?
Yes.
I was meaning B, but sure.
No.
I see, it's a-
part of it. But
It's elective democracy. I see how it
Exactly.
is.
It's
Yeah,
managed
just exclude the
democracy.
gingers. I see how it is.
Sure.
Exactly. We only people with souls that get to vote. I'm sorry. That's the law of the land,
You
man.
have one less vote.
Damn.
Anyway, I'll join Group C just to fuck it up.
All right. So just Waylon's going to bed.
Alice is going to bed as well. She's not being a part of that. Just that as well.
Gotcha. Then I'll start with Group C. So you said quick 15 or no, Group B, my bad. Quick 15-minute in and out howling at the moon adventure.
15 minutes out into the woods. I'm gonna say 10 minutes howling and then 15 minutes back. Or
And like
probably a bit more.
this little township here is very woodsy. The buildings are kind of built into large trees. Do you just walk away from lights and into the woods?
Yes.
Okay.
As
So
far away from civilians as fucking possible.
gotcha. Bit sketchy in woods like this, but I'm sure you can handle it, given your levels in Druid. So you two go walking out into the woods. Very easy to walk away from lights, so you just do that for 15 minutes.
Oh, hell yeah.
And give me a quick D20 roll. Actually, no, give me a D100 roll. So ignore that D20.
100%.
Okay. you're good.
87?
So you just kind of wander out into the woods for a little while. You're nearby like a small stream. In the darkness, it's a little hard to tell if it's like a stream or like a little river. But you can hear the babbling water. It doesn't sound too aggressive. And the moonlight's bright enough. There's a thin sheet of like snow on the ground, but it's not like cripplingly cold. You two are pretty well insulated, being a big old orc and a very fluffy cat. And so, you got a nice bright moon up there. You got nobody around for a 15 minutes walk. What do you do?
I'm gonna turn into a fucking cougar and literally scream at the moon.
Awesome. You use a charge of wild shape, and
Yeah.
you. Oh my god! Give me, give me a performance check, D20, or DC. I guess DC 5. Yep.
I got that. 7.
That may have done something to the locals, who just heard very loud cougars screeching in the woods. Which, for anybody who is not privy to the sound of a cougar roaring or screaming, I guess it's not really a roar like a big cat or meow like a small cat.
It's a scream.
It basically just sounds like a woman screaming bloody murder in the woods.
Yep.
Very frightening. Give it a Google when you have the chance.
Yes.
Not at night.
Not at night.
Yeah, no, do that during the day so you don't like ruin your night.
Yeah. Been there, heard that. Paid the
It's
therapy
some, like-
bill.
It's like a natural Aztec death whistle.
Oh yeah.
Whistle. So, you do that, and I assume you just do that for a while. Do you join in, Flowers?
Flowers will join in, but he will not transform. He will just yell at the moon, essentially.
Ah! It's like that, she's a mouse, and she's a wolf in mouse clothing. Ah!
Take a closer look at that snout.
And so,
Yeah.
God.
you spend... How long do you two just shout at the moon for?
I feel like 10 minutes is too long to like actively shout the whole time. So like 5 minutes actively shouting the whole time, and then like 5 minutes of calming down, and eventually just okay, I'm good.
Gotcha. You hear maybe like some neighborhood dogs barking nearby. It doesn't sound like wolves howling, but like there's like a few dogs you can clearly hear doing like the arf arf arf, like the 1 2 3, like who's there?
Yeah.
Come on, respond, please. Is something happening? All right, fine.
She might yip back, but it sounds like a cougar, so.
Nice. So anyway, after you scream bloody murder at the sky in the woods at night for 5 minutes, I assume you just start walking back.
Yeah, start walking back, head to the inn, if there's anyone still there, maybe hanging out with them, but otherwise, EP time.
So by the time you get back to the inn, about 35 minutes should have passed, a little over half an hour.
Yes.
Quick time skip back in time. We're going to join in on Group C and see what they're doing.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure you go to sleep.
Okay. Well, you know, he's just gonna find someone who's willing to have a one night stand.
Not another 70-year-old.
Yeah, what do
That depends on who's here.
you start looking?
Well, start where he's sleeping first.
This is
So,
just this is an inn. You'd literally have to like knock on people's doors to proposition them
Nah.
as they're trying to go to sleep.
If there's a bar nearby, he'll see if he can find someone who's sober enough.
You see really just like across the street, there's a sign that looks to be a jug of wine. Looks quite fancy. The wood almost seems like it's clearly a carved sign, but it almost seems like it's grown into that shape. But it
Oh.
very clearly looks like the local brewery or winery.
All right. Yeah, he'll head inside.
Nice. You cross the street. Again, there's no like crunch of snow beneath your feet here. It seems like the streets are kept warm somehow. But just the street surface, the air is still rather nippy right now. You approach it, nice warm light coming from the doorway, but the curtains are drawn on the few windows it has. And as you enter in, very cozy atmosphere. A lot of it's mainly just this very nicely polished wood of various kinds. And a lot of the, booths, that's the word I'm looking for, good lord. The booths also have this kind of inlaid to the wall privacy with, more curtains drawn over them. Seems like this place is trying to build itself around being a sort of relaxing place to drink. It's like one of those bars that gets built into an old cellar, so the archways are used to make these more private looking booths. And you can clearly see from various stalls, there's a few people just lounging with a whole jug of wine in front of them, and you can see a few are probably reading something.
All right. Yeah, you'll just see if you can find anyone who's doesn't look too particularly interested in whatever they're doing. And
you see the bartender clearly making eye contact with you. They're pretty close to the doorway, as opposed to on the far side of the room. They're on one of the adjacent walls or perpendicular walls, and they wave over to you and go, "Oh, hello. A late arrival, I see. No worries. What can we get for you?"
Well, that depends on what you have on stock. I
Oh.
see a few people here have just an entire jug to themselves.
Indeed. It's one of the more favored places. It's a bit more lively during the day, but don't get it mistaken, this isn't some... Sorry if this is a bit offensive. Do humans call it dive bars? Taverns?
Well, dive bars usually mean that a lot of people come through. It's more for well-populated areas. Taverns is probably the more better term.
Well, are you familiar with the norms here?
Can't say I have. I haven't been through these parts yet.
Well then, just a quick rundown of the basics. You see the various stalls over there, and he points his finger in an arching motion. At this hour, those are the only stalls in use, but it is still a social setting. If you see that both the curtains are pulled up, you can just assume that the person there is open to talking. If you see one of the curtains is resting down and the other is pulled up, give them privacy, the other curtain's only up so that we can service them. And if both are down, there's probably people having a private conversation behind them, so do keep that in mind.
I see. A very nice coded language, I see. Well then. I'll just start off with a glass of your mid-shelf.
Certainly. And he just reaches behind himself, grabs a pretty standard-looking, velvety red-looking bottle with some nice artwork on the face of it, presents it to you and raises an eyebrow. With this too?
He nods.
He pops the cork out of it and pours you a glass of it, hands it to you, and tells you, "That'll be 1 silver, please."
Yeah, he fishes out a silver. Thank you very
You
much.
now have a nice glass of wine.
All right. He's going to sip on it before heading over to some lady who catches his interest, who has both curtains. Is willing to talk.
Sure, let me check something real quick. Wapow, D20.
Oop.
Let me think here. Yeah, you see that there is... What you see is 4 booths here seem to have people inside them. There's a light coming from it. 2 of them just have the curtain shut. One has that one curtain position, but there is one that does have both curtains drawn. It does seem that there is a female elf sitting there. It's a bit hard to make out the details of them.
All right. He'll approach it and just give a small knock on because I assume the curtains are hanging on to Because I assume the booths are like dug into the wall, sort of.
Yes.
Yeah, so he just gives a knock on like one of the walls as he lounges up.
You do that. And as you look into the booth, you can clearly see an elven woman who is wearing some clothing that seems a bit unusual to you, but it's nothing like particularly extravagant or out of the ordinary. You just haven't really seen too many people wear it. It's probably a local thing.
Hmm.
They have this kind of like swampy green colored clothing, and it seems like they're just wearing a tank top, but they're showing like a lot of scars all across like their upper arm that seem to be like sword scars of some kind.
Hmm.
And they're reading a book that's placed in front of them, but they have like a whole jug of like a really nice looking wine next to them.
As he notices all these details, he looks at the wine and then can I tell what sort of book it is she's reading?
Give me a. You can choose either perception or. Actually, no, not perception. That's too simple. You'll just perceive it's a book.
Yeah.
Give me a either religion check or an arcana check. Your choice.
Indistinguishable from me.
You can do both if you like, actually.
All right. Die. I rolled 7 on both of those.
Interesting. So as you're looking at it, you can only tell that it's abnormal. It's clearly not the kind of like they're not reading some like storybook that's like been a bestseller. They're reading some sort of magical tome, and it doesn't really occur to you where it's from. You'd have to like see the cover of it to like really know it.
Yeah.
But it does seem old, and they're clearly not just reading it for fun. It's some sort of magic tome.
Okay. Man, I'm trying to like this is the difference between person and character, because I'm trying to think of like a smooth little like pickup line that's based on all of these sorts of things. You know, the scars, the book, obviously a woman of quality, with the wine and such, but also, you know, of well means and able to handle herself because of, you know, not everyone reads magical books. Says I am not a person with a silver tongue. You know, Timothy like noted like remarks the quality of the wine and the book and propositions that hopefully he can offer a conversation of equal quality to her taste.
Yeah, as you so you kind of just ask her like, "Oh, what's trying to get a feel for how you introduce yourself, or is it just the knock first and you wait for a response?"
It's the knock and then introducing myself and, you know,
Gotcha.
hoping we can have a higher quality conversation as she deserves based on her taste in wine.
She glances up, and after seeing you knock on the stone, and goes, "Oh, some company at this hour, and a human." She like leans back a bit from the book. Just a moment, if you don't mind. And she looks back down at it, and you can see her like bringing her finger up to like one of the pages, like she's about to turn it. She pauses for a moment, and then flips a page, and then she picks up a bookmark and puts it into the spot it was just in. Closes the book, and you can see the cover of it. So, should I assume you want to chat with a stranger?
That's what I'm hoping. At least to start. One never knows how a night will go.
I'm assuming the barkeeper told you the norms, so take a seat. Don't be shy.
He'll he'll sit down and just peek at the cover of the book.
You take a peek at the cover of the book, and it's written in Elvish. Do you
Mhm.
speak Elvish?
I speak Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish, so.
Gotcha. It has a. Now I gotta think of a title of it.
You put yourself on the spot there.
It's a title that's not like too elegant. It seems
Mm.
like a manuscript almost, or it's some sort of instructional guide title. It's written like at a glance, if a person who only spoke Common read it, it would sound kind of fancy, kind of like Haagen-Dazs. It's just ice cream in a different language.
Yeah.
But it's just a title that says application of the arcane in relation to religion.
Okay.
So you gather it's probably just a tome about like what magic most religious groups use.
Yeah, cleric stuff.
Yeah.
All right. The name is Timothy Ignar McNeilius. Pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure as well. You can just call me Tiffany.
Yeah, honestly, I was not prepared to have this be an entire thing, so.
Well, that's the fun part. And then as they say their name, they go, you can call me Tiffany. Bit odd that you're the one with the fancy name, but I'm the one with the fancy drink.
Well, I often find it's better to know where the middle is before knowing what's the high. And, well, being a merchant traveling the lands, the highs tends to fall in the same alignment most of the times.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. Well, once you finish that wine of yours, would you like to try some of this? And she points over at like the ornate bottle she has, which is just wine bottle shaped, but it seems like there's a sort of silver etching into the bottle.
Yeah, he'll say it. He'll say in Elvish. He'll like. I don't know. Fuck it. He'll say like in Elvish the like sort of the same idiom of don't look a gift horse in the mouth sort of thing. But the Elvish variant.
Word. You do that.
Yeah, and he looks to her again and the scars and says, "Are you do you live around these parts?"
Oh, yes. I've lived here for a good long time. Adventured quite a bit, though, if you're wondering about, And she, like, taps one of her arms. The adventuring scars.
Yes, you did have the air of being a bit more traveled than just your average villager. Not everyone reads books about arcana applications in religions.
Oh, yes. It's just the sort of thing I tend to enjoy. Never hurts to brush up on the arcane arts. Especially with a nice bottle of Dragon's Dream next to you. And she once again, like, looks over at her bottle.
Would I recognize that type of brand?
Give me a... I'm gonna say perception check. Yeah, either give me a perception or an investigation check.
I'll give you an investigation. Hey, 16.
You do recall that brand as that Waylon discussed a type of wine called Blessed Blue back when you were over at Azure Moon Academy.
Mhm.
And you know that it's a similar quality of wine that takes like a long time to cultivate, and it needs to be like nearby a dragon. You don't know too many other details about it though, but based on the name, it probably does something to your dreams.
Hmm. 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 Are you trying to have some wonderful dreams tonight?
Personally, I'm just trying to avoid the regular dreams.
Ah. You know, I often find a troubled soul or a troubled mind is relieved with company.
Hmm.
Of many different kinds.
I often find that too. Give me a performance check with that sentence.
Not persuasion.
Hey, you're not trying to convince them, you're trying to impress them.
Man. Had to be my weak spot here. Never mind. 22. That was so close to rolling a 5.
Meanwhile, Mesrin,
Mhm.
you know, lurk your way and
Oh no,
you know,
no. I'm not in
no?
the bar.
Oh.
But a
Yeah,
certain somebody is hiding in the bar. My sneaky little familiar keeping an eye on him. I am back in my inn room, waiting.
give
Uh,
me a stealth check at advantage
For Dorian?
because Tim is against Tim's perception or passive
Okay.
perception.
Uh,
Since he
passive.
is distracted by them elf ears.
Then let me get my
Then-
boy.
Them big elf ears. Can't resist them. You need to beat a DC 15.
Okay, DC
Meet
15.
for
I
beat.
get advantage.
Yes, you do.
Ooh, nice. 18, baby.
So Dorian has seen basically the whole process of Tim knock on the stone wall, sit down,
Mhm.
discuss, and he was able to hear them talk about the type of wine.
Okay.
He's heard the whole conversation basically.
Okay, good. Every once in a while, I'll use the feature. I'll use the thing where you can see and hear through your familiar's eyes. Every once in a while, just checking to make sure. I just want to see if Tim is going to bring his date back to this inn.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And so, while all the skulking is going, is that all you do during that time?
Yeah, I'm monitoring Tim. I'm making sure that if he starts to bring her back to our inn, I'm aware of it and I have enough time to prepare my scheme.
Gotcha.
Ness is
Meanwhile, back
tired
in-
and needs a nap, and she's willing to work for it.
Back in the conversation with Tiffany and Tim, she goes, "Yes, I think I agree with you." She kind of gives you like that knowing smile of like, "Yeah, company."
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Also, yes, your performance check passes. And she, after you say that, she goes, "You know, I'm already almost done with the bottle of the wine, and I've been sitting here for a bit too long." And she like kind of like touches the book. Staring at the pages is starting to bore me. So, I think we
Well.
both know why you sat down here.
Well, I was hoping I could entertain you with a conversation or something else.
Oh. Well, that's a bit unexpected, but sure.
But since your wine is almost finished, perhaps we can take this conversation somewhere else.
That's more like it. And she kind of like stretches out her back. Do you have a place in mind, or?
Well, I have a room at the inn, but I can most certainly assure you, whatever you have will be a lot nicer. Traveling on the road usually doesn't leave for comfortable assortments.
She goes, the one across the street?
He nods as he takes a bigger swig of his glass.
Let me roll a quick D4.
1.
I think your place will be better. I didn't exactly invest in the room. I invested in, you know. And she picks up the rest of the bottle and shakes a little bit.
Well then, you know this place better than I do. And he's going to stand up and offer him. He's going to offer her his hand.
She takes it and stands up with you.
Shall we?
We shall. And
Alright.
I assume you start walking back to the inn.
Yeah, precisely.
Word. I'll say you're getting back there a little bit sooner. Like, you don't see Flowers and Malin walking back. They're still out in the woods walking back on currently. Meanwhile, Nezrin,
Mm-hmm.
what are you scheming?
Okay. I'm assuming that because I sent Dorian after him, I know that he's coming back. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Soon as I know, I tell Dorian, get your ass back here. I'm going to need you for this. And I start dressing down. I will pull my hair into like a really... It's kind of a bun, but I like pull some strands in front of my face, mess it up a little bit, maybe like purposefully tease some bits so it looks a little knotted. I make sure that my dressing gown, my nightgown, hangs off of one shoulder a little bit, and I am very careful to make sure that all of the eyes are like out in the open, and I look as fucked up and creepy as possible. Not necessarily dead, just creepy, just weird. And when Dorian returns, I'm hoping Dorian returns before Tim does.
Oh yeah, he makes it
Okay.
back sooner.
Yeah, he's a hyena. He can go pretty fast.
Plus, I'm entertaining someone.
Exactly.
I think I know what's about to happen.
And when they get there, I want to be in the hallway at Tim's door, knocking on it, and I want to act drunk. That's what I'm going to try and do, is be knocking on Tim's door, acting a bit drunk.
Nice. So
Mm-hmm.
it is a dimly lit hallway, by the way. It's not particularly bright. It's like one candle.
Perfect. So it's even creepier. I got casted shadows. So I'm just like,
So give me a performance check.
Okay, I'm gonna use guidance on this because I know what I'm doing and I want to do it decently. I don't
Hey,
need
it's
a
all-
nat 20. I know.
This is like a yes?
I have a question about the entirety of this.
Yes.
Because are you beginning this when we run the corner?
Beginning it? Oh, that's a good question. I will be standing in the hallway, listening for Tim's voice. So what should I roll, Makeshift, to see when I know to start this little charade?
Roll perception to see if you can hear when he's
Okay.
coming up the stairs, so you know
Okay.
how to time the performance.
Okay.
And if you succeed on a DC 10, okay, you get advantage on the
A 23.
performance because you know right when to time it.
Yes!
All right.
You let her
Well,
sleep, motherfucker.
I'm asking because if it's a performance check involved,
Mhm.
if it is a performance check involved, I want to make sure if I could cast this or not.
Silvery barbs.
You are not gonna silvery barbs me.
Hey,
Bro's
motherfucker, you're trying to
dedicated.
ruin me. I won't stand for it.
I mean, it's fair to know, like, you know this is a performance, but come on, silvery barbs!
You
You
magically
were being
distract the
too.
tree creature and turn
What
into-
says what is fuck you guys?
Oh, and it's a reaction. Oh
Yeah.
my.
No, I'm so into
Yeah.
this. Please do this. This is
So-
funny as shit.
So that's why I'm asking, because it's when a creature rolls. So
Okay, well,
this is the
So-
rules lawyer me kicking in.
Nezrin, as
Mhm.
you can hear the footsteps creaking, and you
Mhm.
can, it's kind of like you can tell it's Tim coming up the stairs,
okay.
and you're all, dress rehearsals all ready to go.
Mhm.
You can tell they're coming. Give me
Yeah.
a performance check at advantage
Okay,
to see like Resi rounds the corner if you can do this performance well.
okay. Let's see if I can time it.
So
I cannot time for shit. Wait, I didn't add the D4. Hold on. I didn't add the D4.
yeah.
11.
Just barely made it, since you already look like the ring in these circumstances, so it wasn't a hard check. But Tim,
Barely
you
made it.
round the corner of the staircase, and you and the elf you have in tow, as you're kind of like leading her up the stairs, so you're like one step ahead of her.
Mm-hmm.
You make eye contact with that whole situation of Nezrin pretending to be a drunken woman with many eyes on the side of her face, not well dressed. And she's like, how are you banging on the door right now? What does it look like?
Like I got one hand on like the door frame, and I've got the other like
Yeah.
trying to form a fist, but it just ends up like, yeah,
Okay.
like not violent drunk.
Okay, so I have a question.
Mhm.
My passive insight is a 15.
Oh, I'm
No,
expecting
my passive
you to
insight
know.
is 18. Sorry. Can I tell that this is a performance just looking upon her?
Oh, I'm
Oh
expecting.
yeah,
you to know.
you can tell she did not get within the last 30 minutes drunk as a skunk, and now is smacking on your door.
Yeah.
Like you know she's pulling your leg.
Yeah, okay. As soon as he steps up the stairs, he very, very visibly first has a face of confusion and then sighs. Before he looks to Tiffany. I said I was a merchant, and I am traveling with a few companions. It appears that one of them is drunk out of their mind. As he looks down the hallway.
As you're saying that, she has this stunned look on her face. Like she, give me I guess just persuasion check. DC is 10 to see if she even like registers your words as she's seeing this in front of her.
26.
Nice. So as you're saying that, she's just looking forward like stunned, and she's like, "What? Wait, this is a friend of yours?"
Briar.
Yeah.
What nickname did Nesrin have? Like not Sister of Death or something, but like
Angel of Death.
Angel of Death. Have you heard of the person nicknamed Angel of Death?
She like looks at you.
Town from like it's like west of here, right? Part of the Deaf Church.
She gives you this look. Give me a. Actually, no, just keep going. She just goes, "I can't say I have."
Well, Sister Il Khan is that same person, and she has gotten a name for a reason. So don't mind her own scars.
She looks back at her. She's called the Angel of Death.
People are very mean when people look different.
Can I hear them talking?
Yes.
He's not being quiet.
Okay.
Like, I assume this whole time you're doing the drunk performance.
Yeah, and she hears that.
So he
falters
sort of,
a little bit, but like keeps playing into it like, I've heard you. You're trying to change my mind again. I'm still going through with this because I want to sleep. But I have that thought in my head.
he gives a hand, he puts a hand on Tiffany's shoulder and says, I'll see if I can't help her. Give me one moment.
Oh, fuck,
And
let me have alone.
he'll approach, and as soon as he gets within like like an arm's and a half distance, he whispers, "What in the damn hell are you trying to do here?"
She turns and she's still like keeping like the swaying up. Looks at him.
He's not amused.
I don't need you to be amused. I need you to go fuck somewhere else. One action is 6 seconds, right?
Yes.
Around
it.
round.
Okay. Then no, that's
So an
gonna
action
take
is
too long.
shorter than that.
So I give you a very like big, wide smile, which I've got holes in my cheeks, so that's a little creepy for people who aren't used to it.
Yeah, but I'm standing between you and her.
you're used to it.
So.
And through her teeth, she's just gonna go, I need a decent night's sleep, and you're gonna make it very difficult for me to do that. Hello, Tim. And I play into it even more.
Timothy.
Right, Timothy.
You
Mm-hmm.
need
Yes.
to go to sleep.
Oh,
Let's get you back to your
oh,
room.
but we can't sleep now. We have so much to discuss.
The travel plans are already set in place.
Right, the travel plan. Oh,
Yes, so let's get you back to sleep. And he's going to like
come on,
coax
Grandma,
her.
let's get you back in the home.
Yeah, he's going to coax her by like grabbing her shoulder and gently start pushing her towards the room. The travel plans are already set in place. We already know what to expect.
Oh,
Don't need to worry.
Question for the audience: do I pull Dorian in yet? Because I think Dorian will be the nail in the coffin here. But I don't want to ruin your evening. I just want you to go away.
Well, you know that's not happening because you listen in as Dorian.
True.
Let me just roll something real quick. Okay. Continue.
Okay. I gotta think. Same thing. Person and character, two different people. So just the image of let's get you back to bed, Grandma's really funny. She kind of gives him a little like frown at first, but then like slips back into the drunk, looks over his shoulder, sees Tiffany, and just starts waving.
You see her look back and just go.
Friend. Oh, she's
has like
pretty.
She has like a really nervous smile.
Yeah, and he'll just keep marching her down the hall to her
I would
room.
like to resist him. I don't want to move. Are you grappling me, sir?
No, he is corralling.
Okay. Makeshift.
Yes.
May I make a dexterity saving or a dexterity check to duck under his arm and walk towards Tiffany?
Sure, if you beat his,
Yes!
you can give me an acrobatics check against his acrobatics.
Okay. Oh, my acrobatics is ass. This may not work. Eee.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Flounder.
Huh?
Flounder. Fuck
Oh, you motherfucker! All right. So I have to re-roll the d20
Yeah,
and use the lower
roll
one. Okay,
more.
okay, yeah. Where's my acrobatics? So 10.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
So
I just
10.
wanted the advantage.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you kick my ass.
Yeah, like you're about to slip under. He just grabs a hold of your elbow, like, "No, come on. I know you're drunk, but we need to get you to sleep. We have an early start."
Oh, but
Bar.
I'm missing something. I'm missing Dorian,
What that?
and at this point, I want Dorian to come up the stairs from behind Tiffany and just like nudge past her, look up, hello, keep going. So this horned, multi-eyed hyena just walks up from behind her.
Oh my god.
Can I roll like an intimidation from Dorian or something?
You can roll a. I'll give it. Give me like a performance check from Dorian
Okay, yeah.
to see if he either has like a profound effect on her or like
Okay.
an effect.
Okay. He does have a -3. And it's still a 15! Even with a -3!
She sees that and is just like, whoa. Like she was not expecting the horned hyena.
Horned, multi-eyed hyena. So, yeah, he won't say anything more than, hello! And he'll just walk down the hallway, and Desmond will, like, bend down and give him a little scruggle on the face, like, oh, you're such a good boy. Dorian looks very annoyed at this, but it's like, for the bit. He kind of, like, looks up at Tim.
As you lean down, Timothy will just open the door to your room. Yeah. All right, you got your dog back. All right, let's get you inside.
It's not a dog, Tim.
No,
Timothy.
it's a hyena.
It's a hyena. Yes, it's a hyena.
hyena.
Good night, new friend. I hope you last longer than the last one. And then I'll walk in the room and close the door.
As you close the door, Timothy will just take a second, exhale, just center himself, straighten out the clothes, and he'll walk back down the hall and he'll gauge where she's at before he speaks.
She looks, she got like a nervous smile and goes, on second thought, maybe it's best if we do use my place.
Yes.
It's not too much of a walk. But,
I do not mind a walk. Especially after he just looks back.
Gotcha. And
I might be traveling with her, but certain things, like that hyena.
And she reaches out her hand to like guide you back down the stairs and to somewhere else.
Yeah, he'll follow with her back, and on the way there, he'll try to rekindle the embers.
Outside, Malin and Flowers are just coming back, and Malin just does a big wave.
Actually, yeah, right as you're leaving the doors of the inn, you can see that that's right when Flowers and Malin are arriving back, and they can see you from like about a stone's throw away.
He'll like just give a nod to them, but just don't engage and continue.
And you basically just walk the opposite direction, since that her place is a little bit deeper into the town.
Yeah.
So Flowers and Malin, you see Tim exiting the tavern with an elven woman who looks to be wearing some sort of tank top. Do you do anything upon seeing that aside from
He
wave?
does a big wave, gets the nod in return, and just like, he's doing that again. At least he's not staying in the inn. Fair enough. And goes back like into the place where they're staying.
Note
Nice.
to self: don't fuck with Nazareth and her sleep.
She
And,
may be a pious church leader, but she is also a fucking menace.
And Malin and Flowers, you do just go up to a room and, go to bed for the
Yeah.
night?
Conk out. Fuck yeah, we did our scrim. Is EP time.
Alice,
Yeah.
during all of that, after what was like 15 to 30-ish minutes of relative quiet, you hear the whole commotion of that scene that just played out through a muffled like wooden door that's pretty well built. So like it's kind of like somebody downstairs is watching a movie and they're not considerate enough to like turn the volume down lower. So if you want to try and force your way back to sleep, you can give me a Constitution saving throw, or you can just stare at the ceiling in the darkness.
Oh, I'm going to try and go to sleep. You said saving throw, right?
Yes, give me a Constitution saving throw, DC 10.
14.
If you would like to be snoozing, you snooze through that whole thing.
Yeah, she's gonna be snoozing through that entire thing. However, I do expect the tea in the morning.
Gotcha. Let's see if Wayland was able to sleep through all of that.
Please tell me
Constitution
that
saving
Wayland
throw?
did not.
Child.
Tell me he didn't.
Honestly,
Holy crap, you
fine.
managed to sleep through it.
honestly, I'm just happy that Nestor did not go for the "but we're married" bit, because
No,
there's no
no.
saving that.
There wouldn't have been saving that. She just wanted you to go away. She didn't want to ruin your night. Piss me off, and I will do that. But no, she's not that mean yet.
And now, both Dorian and Tim, give me a perception check, DC 18.
Okay.
19.
19?
13 from me. Or
And
from Dorian.
also, Malin and Flowers, give me a perception check as well, DC 18.
Okay. Come on,
Oh,
where's my
maybe.
perception?
20. Dirty.
There. 17.
Nice. Just a moment, I got a cough. Everybody who is above an 18 and still awake, everybody who's still awake, I should say, you can hear music playing from somewhere out in the street, only about like a building away. And it's a sort of, you can tell it's a string instrument, like a lute. Yes, Briar, I see your hand up.
Nesrin wouldn't have gone to sleep immediately. How fast is this after Tim has left?
This is only like, he's still walking away. Like, it's very soon after.
Can
So
I
you're
roll a
definitely still
perception
awake.
check for Nesrin?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
However, it's a different perception check. Like, if you're awake, you hear the music.
Okay. And yeah,
you
she
can
hears
hear-
it.
You can hear some string instrument play that clearly sounds like it's a pretty deep sound. It must be some sort of like guitar or lute.
Okay.
But everybody who beat the DC 18, you were able to see that like where the music seems to be coming from, which is kind of just outside the bar that Tim was in. Well, the bar, more like the tavern.
Mm.
Just outside that tavern is the source of the music, but you don't recall seeing a person sitting there until like the music started playing. So Tim, as you're like walking away, you just hear that music start to play behind you.
He's going to say, to break the conversation into something new, I didn't know you had enthusiastic musicians. And he's going to like look over his shoulder towards the sound.
Oh yes, occasionally we have street performers, but well, it's not too uncommon at night. Most of the homes don't let sound escape them all that much. And she like gives you a little like smirk. But yeah, go ahead.
As I look over my shoulder, do I see who is playing?
Yeah, you can see somebody who's sitting there outside the exit. Tiffany does not notice anything out of the ordinary. She's just like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
some person sitting kind of near the corner of the building, strumming away at some like instrument he's holding.
No, I assume it's too dark to notice any details.
Yeah, you can only really see like there's clearly a person sitting there, and they aren't like cloaked, but they do have like a hood on, and they're just casually leaned back, strumming on some sort of instrument that they're holding.
All right. Well, then he just thinks nothing of it.
Gotcha. I assume you continue walking.
He continues engaging the activities.
However, everybody who got above an 18, you realize there's something weird about how that person is sitting there, because that music, you would have expected somebody to be at least like walking down the street to that spot, but there was nobody there. Now there's music playing.
Would it be metagaming to say I would like to investigate?
Not at all. It would be if from your closet music started playing, you would probably go investigate. Whereas,
Plus,
like,
I mean, you
it's-
were walking back, so
yeah,
Yeah.
you
you
literally
did cross
saw
paths
that.
with Tim. So
You basically saw this from your perspective, Flowers and Malin. You just looked at this chunk of the street, entered into the building, and then you heard like street music start playing right behind you from like the building across the street. And so like if you look over your shoulder, you would just see a person sitting there now.
She will pause in her steps when pause. Sorry. Pause
Pause.
in her step when she hears the music and then like looks back out the door. It's like still holding onto one of Flower's fingers. And just what does the person look like? Does it happen to strike any look familiar somehow?
From your angle, he does look a little bit more familiar. Give me a perception check.
God damn it.
It's the fiddler.
23.
You immediately recognize that this individual is somebody you have seen once before. It was one of the mercs that was traveling with Theovan the other morning when you started this quest to get the chest.
She will briefly turn to Flowers and just be like, if you want, you can go up to the room. I'm just going to talk to that guy. I mean, I think we're supposed to travel back with them, so it's good making acquaintances.
It's about making friends. Yeah.
Exactly.
When I'm tired. Yeah, I'll go up.
And she will pat his hand and then bound outside and casually approach the man.
You casually approach the individual, as casually as a cat can.
Man.
And as you do that, I'm now just picturing like some cat that should be quadrupedal, like standing on its hind legs, like when they really want food that's above them, and just like scuttling towards a person. So you approach them, and they're just facing your directions. They pretty obviously see you. As you get closer, you make out that the instrument they're holding is not like guitar size. You'd expect it to be like two-handed over their shoulder. He's just holding some sort of like handheld almost device. It's like he's holding something the size of a dagger. And it's giving off this really low viro of like, I don't even know if I'm using the word viro correctly, but it sounds like a larger instrument. It's just kind of like these two arcs, almost like they're made out of antlers, a stick going between them, and then like some strings are bridging the distance between the other two sides. And he's kind of gripping down on like handles on the opposite side of the strings. It seems like that's what's keeping the strings tight, is him holding on to it.
She will Like a curious child approaching a street performer, so like go up to him and then kneel down in front of him to watch what he's doing. And if he decides to speak, that's on him, but if not, she will just sit there until he finishes the song.
He's playing this like not very performative. It's like a very slow, low, like one pluck at a time of the strings. And when he sees you like clearly approaching him, he like looks up at you and like the rhythm slows and you see his like grip loosen on the strings. And like the last note he played just like quickly like flattens out because it has no tension. And he looks at you and just kind of casually goes, hey, is there something I can help you with?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought you were just like street performing and I wanted to listen. I don't think I've heard that instrument before. It sounds bigger.
Oh, these things, yeah. He's like turning it over in his hands. It's made with a special material. A lot of the parts of it are hollow. It can sound deeper. It's great for adventuring. Just a bit expensive. Helps calm my mind. And you see him like retighten it down with his grip, and he starts like playing a few notes again. It's a slow enough tune that it doesn't feel like it's interrupting what you're saying. So he just kind of keeps going.
Played a bunch of different instruments before, but can't say I've ever even that. Does it play like a harp?
Yeah, a bit like that. I think these things came from some place out west, long time ago. By the way, weren't you, one of those, yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah, with
One of the
with
other adventures. Yeah.
Party, yes. I'm Malin.
Nice to
I'm
meet
the
you,
local
Malin.
nature.
You can just call me Cass.
Nice to meet you, Cass. I presume we'll be working together, traveling together tomorrow? Right? Wasn't that how it worked?
Well, you would be right if I was traveling back with you. But I've got some business here in the Feywild, actually.
Oh. Right, yeah. Then I mean, it must be hard separating from your company, but I wish you the best of luck. Yeah, it seems like... I mean, I know the Feywild, it's a nice place, unless you get your stuff stolen. But,
Give me a... Oh, yep, keep going.
say what you say.
Give me a quick insight check. DC is only like 5.
Natural fucking 20.
Oh,
I
That'll
know
do just fine.
everything.
So, not only do you clearly tell that something about the way he's talking about this right now, he's bummed out, but it's not just like bummed out. It's like, I'm going to visit like an execution tomorrow kind of bummed out. Like he's not just like, ugh, I gotta do my job, whatever, it's whatever. It's like I really wish I didn't have to go do this kind of bummed out. Like he does seem depressed at the thought of his mission here.
I mean, I know the Feywild is nice. I mean, the flowers are fucking beautiful. But, you don't seem. She'll sort of squint her eyes at him, slightly enthused by the thought.
Instead of like making eye contact with you, he kind of keeps staring at his instrument, and he continues playing this little like song for a little bit. Yeah, you could say that.
From one adventurer to another, would you like to share? I don't plan on sharing it with anyone, and I might not be a good, not good, a big person, but I have good listening ears. So,
He stops playing for a moment and pauses. He's like holding the strings so they stop vibrating. Yeah, why not? But to be honest, I can't really tell you all the details. It's a secret, let's say.
that's okay.
So just read between the lines.
Okay.
And he gives you. Give me another insight check after he says that.
Goddamn. Please don't fuck up. Come on, I roll so well. 11.
It just kind of seems like he doesn't really want to get into it, but there might be something more to that statement. Though you can't quite put your finger on it, but it seems genuine that he can't really like go into too much detail. It's just not clear why. And the tune that he was playing, he kind of changes to some like different pattern. It's still a slow and calm one. And he starts telling you like a little story. He goes, a long time ago, there was a young boy. He was born into a world of humans. But he looked a little bit different from the rest of them. Not like a tiefling where it was obvious that he was a devil or something. No offense, by the way, if that's somebody you know.
No.
But the story goes that he resembled an elf. Pointy ears, strange eyes. And so one day he went wandering into the woods to find people who were more like him, since the humans always bullied him and picked on him. He was different from them. And when he found himself in the woods, he found fairies, but they weren't like him. They were just different. To him, it was exactly the same as the humans. People who all looked the same, but different from him. So after they all told him he wasn't a fairy, or was it an elf? It doesn't matter. They told him he was different, and he left just like before. But when he came back home, there was new houses built, and those houses were empty. And all the old houses were empty too. Everyone he had known was gone. Time had flown differently in the Feywild. And suddenly, everybody that he knew, even if they didn't see eye to eye with him, the ones he grew up with, they had long perished and turned to dust, or maybe even had kids themselves that never even heard about him. And by now, you realize he stopped playing the song that goes with this story. Anyway, I've I'll just be gone myself for a little while, but I'll be back. No biggie. I just hope I'm not gone too long, you know?
Makeshift.
Yes?
Because we have done this play before. You have once before told me a face story, and I had to decipher the clues. Is this another one of those things where it's face shit, but you can't talk about it, so you make a story up?
Give me your choice of either religion, history, or investigation. Or you can also justify some other skill if you think it applies here. And give me advantage because you are also Fey, so you would know
Oh,
about
hell
that
yeah.
tradition.
Um. I'm gonna go with history and advantage, please, 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 please. Is it 16?
Nice. You can tell that it isn't one of the stories, and also that's just the dogs barking is actually ambient noise we're playing to simulate the reaction of the dogs in the city,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, just in case the dogs downstairs are getting picked up. Uh, you can tell that he's not trying to meet the requirements of all the species in the Feywild, the few that there are that can erase memories of themselves, because he's being like a little bit too direct about things. So you know he's not just trying to be like, "Hey, you're only going to get what I'm saying if you just read the rhetoric." But it seems like he's inspired by that, where he's saying it's almost like he's saying, "I can't tell you the whole truth here because there's magic that's gonna kill me."
Yeah. But it seems to have something to do with time dilation in the. Right?
Yeah, you can gather that he's about to go into the Feywild, and he's worried about the fact that he's going to be there for like way longer than he wants to be.
Well, the fuck is that? She's going to just put a gentle hand on his knee and just very quietly, very gently say, "Well, you always have a choice in life. If this is truly not a choice that a path that you want to follow, then you don't have to, but if you do still want to, follow the paths. Do not engage with the Fae too much. They do tend to be quite wicked. Um, don't step into mushroom circles." And she will give him a little guidance as a treat. We are just
He
trying to be a helpful, inspirational pat.
he like scratches his chin for a moment. Don't trust the Fae too much. Yeah. Gotcha. That's some good advice that I'll remember. And I'll make sure not to go trusting the Fae too much. Give me an insight check.
Yeah, that seemed very like sarcastic. I've done something wrong already, and this is catching up to me. Nice, 23.
You can tell that he once again, like he's doing something similar to the story he just told, where he's trying to say, I can't say what I want to say, but like,
Mm,
you're gonna have to trust me with what I just said.
yeah. No, she's. I mean, she's at least partially from the Feywild. And this is basically a stranger, so she trusts him with his own stuff. Like, it doesn't affect her all that much. Just, I mean, there's a lot been going on over here, but make sure the faking you talk to is the real faking and not the fake one. Though that should be pretty. I mean, but
Gotcha.
yeah. Don't try to save the whole world. It's heavy burden. Or at least not alone.
Thank you, Malin.
Thank you for the music, Cass.
And he just he folds up his instrument and puts it in his pocket.
Yeah, she will also stand, bow her head a bit. And then, good night. The best of luck.
Likewise.
And she will go back into the tavern. Or in.
Gotcha. Do you at all turn around to look at him as you walk away?
Yeah, as she's at the door opening it, she will look back at where he is. Is he still there, or did he just poof?
Already gone.
Motherfucker. Fair enough.
Disappeared without a sound.
Creepy. What the fuck, Makeshift? What is that about?
Straight up in a movie when a bus passes in front of somebody and they disappear.
You hear the tiniest little echo of a as it disappears.
Like a fart on the wind.
But yeah, is EP time. Little cat want eep. Very hard day.
You go and you eep.
Yeah.
And I must say, does anybody else have anything to do before the night is over? Nice, then the night passes and you all get a long rest.
Woo!
Lovely.
Good.
Lovely jubbly.
May I suggest a quick break?
Yes.
Break.
Hey.
Piss, piss, piss,
Piss
piss, piss.
time!
Piss.
I like it when Angels thinks I haven't learned from earlier this session and thinks I've unmuted him when in reality I have him muted specifically. Anyway, welcome back. We're here, we're queer, we're ready to play D&D. Let's go.
You know, you're losing out on great comedy here.
Sure thing, sweetie.
Well,
If I wasn't funny, you wouldn't keep me around.
She keeps me
I mean, you're
around.
fun to
I'm the
look at,
dumbest
too.
here when it comes to jokes, so
Exactly.
not true.
So D&D, right?
I'm waiting to hear what Makeshift have to say.
So anyway,
There I was.
with barbecue sauce.
No. D&D,
So-
where are we? Did the sun come up yet?
Not yet. You are still very fast asleep. Specifically, Malin. You have an interesting dream. You're kind of, you still got a bit of like a buzz going on from yesterday's trip, and you have a dream where you wake up and you find yourself in this like very foggy, misty space, but you're kind of standing on the surface of relatively calm water, and it looks like there's these golden like threads of light that make a grid across the face of the water, and it gives you this sensation of like the other side of that water is like completely blocked from you.
You will just look down at the water and just think, not again. Oh no.
Yeah, it feels a lot more stable this time.
Oh hell yeah. Nice. Cool. So there's just a lot of fog around?
Yeah, it's foggy. You can't really make any shapes out. There's not much of a sky. It's just thick fog, and you're standing on what looks to be it's like light here, like it's brightly lit, but you're just kind of standing on water.
And you said there were golden threads on the surface of the water?
Yeah, it's almost like a really big fishnet that's like very, like a very like large fishnet got like spread across the surface.
Then she will go. She will go to one of the threads, kneel down, and sort of try to pick it up out of the water.
As you try to kind of like you pick it up a little bit and almost like plucks away from your hand as it like goes through you, like it kind of lifts for a moment, but then you're kind of just ethereal ectoplasm. You're in a dream, and it just passes through your skin. And that one strand kind of like wiggles, and it almost feels like it points you towards the direction of where it vibrates, and like the fog parts a little bit, and you see a man sleeping on his side. It looks like, and he looks a little bit familiar. Give me a quick perception check.
Let it be the guy. Let it be the guy, please. He was so handsome. God damn.
Let me at him.
Let me at him. Truth 23. Let's go.
You can really clearly tell that this looks to be Theovan from yesterday. The sort of leader of that group, of that trio of individuals. He's just kind of sleeping on his side, but it seems like there's some like warm glow of light coming from like his chest area.
She will walk towards him at first, and then see the warm glow and sort of get a bit quicker to bound up to him. And
Each of your steps kind of like reverberates on this grid, and it almost seems like the light coming from him is pulsing a little bit with your movements.
and she will reach out and try to touch his shoulder.
You try to, but your hand just kind of passes through him all like ghostly.
Can I try to reach? Like, she will do that once, twice, and then realize, like, can go through him. Can I reach for the golden glow?
You can try.
I'm gonna do that.
Not
You try?
again.
As you get close to it, you can't like grab it, but you do feel kind of this like warmth coming from it that almost has like a bit of a sting to it.
Similar to the golden goop, perhaps.
Similar, but it doesn't feel concrete. You know, you just kind of feel like, ooh, what's this stuff?
She will kneel down beside him fully and sort of talking to herself along the lines of, what the fuck do you have to do with that curse? Why are you in my dreams? I don't even know you that much. I certainly don't have a crush on you. So, just all in Sylvan little mutterings. And she will reach inside him again and try to, like, cup a bit of the golden light as if, like, cupping water.
You kind of managed to. It seems like you drag a bit of the light with you, but it doesn't really have the like something about this doesn't seem all that straight. Like he could just be holding like if like somehow you're gazing into his physical presence, it almost might just be a candle sitting there. It's hard to tell, but you do manage to move the light and it follows your hands a bit. But as you bring it up to look at it, in front of you something comes into view a bit more clearly. It's like you move your hands out of the way, the light doesn't move now, and you can see that there's a building up ahead of you. Very nice looking building, with a very imposing silhouette within the mist. But there's a light coming from within it that you just kind of position just now. As you move your head side to side, you can even tell it's further away.
Can I 3D zoom through the building?
Jarvis, enhance. Clip that, please.
Yeah, clip that.
So, you can just walk to it. It's not too far away.
Okay. It's just there now. Yeah, I'll walk to the building.
You do that, walking over towards the building. And as you do, it's only like a stone's throw away. It's pretty clear that this is some sort of cathedral, and you're able to recognize it pretty easily as like one of the Life Church cathedrals. It's a real pretty structure. And that glow that you saw before, as you're like stepping forward into that entryway, you can see that it's sort of like this illuminating light coming through this really beautiful, what is the name of those windows
Glass
that are
and
colorful?
windows?
Yeah,
Stained glass
Stained
windows.
glass.
That's just what
Stained
they're
glass.
called.
Yeah, thank you. Stained glass. You can see these really lovely stained glass windows with the light shining through them, and especially from this one statue beneath the stained glass windows, that seems like it's holding some sort of vase where the light is shining from as well. It's in this sort of pose like it's pouring out water.
Is it pouring out something? Like I'm going to walk up to it. Is it pouring out something? Perhaps something golden?
From where you are, it's a bit hard to tell, but it does look to be... It's like a stone statue that looks like the vase has something pouring out of it, but it's also made of stone, like it's artwork. It just seems like the vase itself is the part that's glowing, though.
And she will run her hand like up the stone of the liquid water, whatever, and over the side of the vase. Just sort of feel it. Try and...
It's a pretty tall statue. You might have to scuttle your way up the side of this to reach the base. The water flows pretty far down, though. It's down like the feet of the statue. It's like a 15-foot tall statue.
Do I see anything from down below, or...?
No, it just looks like a faceless statue staring down at you. Wings and a vase in its hands. With the back illumination, like, really gets rid of all the facial features.
Yeah, then I'm gonna take a running jump and also use my what the fuck is it called? Tabaxi stuff to double my movement and therefore double my jump, and just boing up there, right up to the vase.
You do that. Give me an athletics check. It's a DC 5.
Athletics. Can I convince you to make it acrobatics?
Sure.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, 13.
You pass. And once you jump up to the height of that, what do?
I presume I'm on the arm, so I'm just going to climb on. I mean, I'll look at the face to see if I recognize the statue anyhow, but I'm more interested in the vase itself and the glow.
Do you touch the vase?
Yes, most definitely.
You reach out as you're leaping up in the air, give a little touch. It almost feels like a shock goes through you. Like it's a startling feeling, like you just shook hands with somebody with one of those goofy, like, hand zappers. And from your peripheral, it almost feels like you forgot what the face of the statue looked like. It's just, all you can remember is it was faceless in those shadows. And it had those wings, those really beautiful wings. But like it almost feels like you get just like deja vu of its face. But you get the impression it was faceless. And then, with a jolt, you awaken after touching the vase.
Yeah, she will be laying on top of Flower's chest and just perk up. Look around. Look down at Flowers. I need to start drinking drugs again. And lay back down.
That's a fucking mood, Malin. Me too, kid. Me too.
I need to start smoking the funny leaf and eat the flaming mushrooms again.
Yeah.
Same.
Don't worry, Makeshift. That is all saved in the lore brain. I just need to do funny.
Gotcha.
But yeah, sleep till morning, please. I need my funny goobers.
Word. And so you all wake up the next morning.
I will say that Nesrin is first down, first awake, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, happy as a lark. She got great
Alice
sleep.
is next.
So this inn doesn't have like a sitting area in like downstairs.
It's got like a small one just for like when people
Okay.
are waking up waiting to meet up.
So not like an eating place, but like a little tiny sitting room in front.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not also a kitchen.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So the Ness will be sitting down there, things all neatly packed and sitting beside her. She's got Dorian sitting next to her, and she's giving him little scritches while she's reading, like I don't know, probably some tome on necromancy or some shit like that. She's just happy reading, sitting there, waiting for her group.
And you see Alice come down the stairs.
Good morning, Alice.
You seem very happy. Good morning.
Oh, I am. I got wonderful sleep last night. Absolutely perfect.
Tim didn't say here, did he?
No, he did not.
Tell me.
Tell you what.
What did you do?
Oh, I may have put on just a small performance to persuade him to take his extramarital affairs elsewhere.
That's what that was. That must have been what that noise was. Look me up.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but I did not mean to wake you up. However, I do think that a 45 minutes of moaning and yowling would have woken you up far worse.
Yeah, probably. No need to worry about apologizing for that. You got him to go someplace else with those noises. So,
Exactly.
and Alice is like a big bow thing, like, I'm bow to thou for figuring out how to do that.
I do hope I didn't ruin his evening. I truly was just trying to get him to go away.
He's pretty good at gauging that. If he's not here, and he actually went, I'm sure that they probably still had a good night.
Good for him.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Maylin. Did you sleep
How
well?
d- Oh yeah, I slept very well. Although your legs are very comfortable, I think Flower's chest is a bit broader, less bony. Too.
Huh?
On the way here, she slept her head on
Yeah.
your lap.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I did not remember that. My brain just went. To be
No
fair, that was
worries.
over a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no offense taken. I'm quite sure you would have had a much more comfortable time being able to curl up on someone's chest rather than my bony legs.
I mean, it was very comfortable listening to you talk. You have a very soothing voice.
Why, thank you.
So, wait. Yesterday, Tim did not pick up that elf here, did he?
No, he went to a bar.
And she sort of like took the calculations in her head and just. Never mind. Good for him. Sure. There's like 3 different things happened yesterday,
Oh?
and then you know like there was the fight,
Mm.
the whole god thing with like the Feywild as well. Then like we went here
Mm.
and there was a demon. Oh, there's like 5 things. Jesus.
Who has that, by the way?
Uh,
Who has the demon?
Flowers, probably.
That's probably just in a cart next to like this inn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we hauled that onto the cart.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Thank
That's-
you. I was
yeah,
like,
sure.
fuck, where'd it go? Okay.
Yeah, we had there's like the demon in the box that we now have to transport, and then there was
It was a demon.
not sure, something
I wasn't paying
rattling in
attention.
the
I do
box.
apologize.
Neither was I. I was very tired. But then there was also, I mean, we held out the moon. That was nice. That was uneventful. But there was a guy in the street, and he was playing like a little. It looked like antlers, but not like a harp. But it sounded like a lute. And
A
he
guy
was
in the
talking about
street.
the Feywild. Yeah, he was playing music.
Feywild. Lovely. Even more.
Yes. But he seems to be on his own little adventure. I don't think that's going to affect us much. And then then I had a dream.
I have had a dream.
And she
I had a
will
dream that one
just-
day.
Flowers will shower.
All the little Bakas live in
No!
harmony.
Continue, Kitty.
the wings did not look like net. How much like Nezrin's wings did the wings on the statue look like makeshift?
How much do they look like Nezrin's?
Yeah, like
Yes.
Nezrin has 6 fucked up, tattered wings.
Yeah.
How much
Oh,
did
no,
those
the-
wings on the statue look like that?
These wings were very much like bird wings. They were feathered.
Nice and pristine, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Yeah,
not her.
And there was like, how many wings 6?
Yes,
Nice.
there was
Cool.
6.
And she'll just frown and look into the middle distance like she's recalling something very difficult and very far away. Like, there was. I mean, there was the guy that we're traveling with, and he had the golden light, and then I like picked the golden light up, and then I followed it into. It looked like a life church, and there was a statue, and the statue was holding a vase, and the vase had the golden light in it, and then there, like, the face of the statue was cast in shadows.
Makeshift, how familiar does this sound to me?
This sounds very familiar. That
Can I roll a religion
Like-
check to see how familiar?
yeah, DC 5.
DC 5. I
You're-
can't
Come on, baby.
not fail that unless it's a nat 1. If you give me a fucking nat 1 right now, PC, I'm going to scream.
Oink.
Do not give me
Ah!
Okay, so
You
Oh,
motherfucker.
I'm so,
So
close.
close.
So close.
So close.
11.
So you immediately realize you're describing the cathedral you saw in the dream, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cathedral and the statue.
You immediately recall they're describing the famous like the Life Church has multiple cathedrals.
Mm-hmm.
They're just describing like, oh, that's obviously a Life Church cathedral.
Mm-hmm. The statue, does it sound like a familiar figure in Life Church mythology?
Yes, it sounds like it's a depiction of one of the seraphims. You don't know which one though.
Ah, okay.
But the 6 wings, it's like, oh, obviously that's describing one of the seraphims.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Ness like straightens up and she's listening very intently to your dream.
and then I like jumped up and I touched the vase, and it felt like getting struck by lightning, but very much less. And then I was awake.
I see. I would recommend not going around touching vases in the hands of statues of seraphim.
Okay.
Why is
I mean,
all of this coming up now?
Alright, you have some connection to the Life Church, right?
It's my original temple, my original postings. I don't understand why the Life Church would be coming up now.
I mean, it has something to do with Oroco.
Yes, Roko was accompanied by 2 Life Church followers, but those could easily be paid actors or even corpses animated by his magic.
And I mean, the faking had something to do with you.
Question, and this is over table. Did we determine whether or not the goop was involved with the Life Church or not? Or Life Magic?
You have not determined that yet, no.
Okay.
You just know
thank you.
the goop caused those hallucinations.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask because I couldn't remember from last time.
Yep.
But yeah.
I mean, the best course of action would be to go to a Life Church and ask somebody, but I have sworn not to step foot in one of those again.
I could.
Why would you swear not to go back? Ignore me.
She kind of like looks at you for a second, raises an eyebrow, like, do you not remember the story I told you?
It's still got a bit of sleep in my brain.
Right.
We're good.
I wouldn't want to send you into one of those alone, but this
I mean, I
should
could
probably be
have-
discussed with Mr. Magnilius when he arrives.
Heroes.
Speaking of which, angels,
Mhm.
do you want to just arrive back in the tavern at this moment?
Yeah, he'll just
Yeah,
arrive
yeah.
back. So,
Yeah.
you speak of the devil, and he appears at your door.
He will
You know
jump
what?
up.
Looks up, sees him. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Good morning, Mr. Magnilius.
I hope you were able to sleep off the alcohol.
Oh, I had a wonderful sleep. Thank you.
Great to hear. So did I.
Oh, I'm sure you did, darling.
Mr.
So-
Magnilius, Would you
Yes.
like to get up into a life church and speak to people?
We must finish this job first, Malin.
Oh,
I'm sorry. The pain flared up a little bit. What did you say?
the, fucking Christ.
The Life
words.
Church.
Yes, the life church. I had a dream, and I think I'm not sure, but I think it might be because of the goop. Because I ate that goop, and that made me almost.
Yes, but what does this have to do with the Life Church?
Well, I had a dream, and I was apparently in the or a life church, and there was a statue, and there was a face, and it had. I don't know. It was all.
There may be
like,
a connection with the
connected by a
Life
ghost.
Church.
Yes.
So-
Roko was
you
accompanied
want-
by 2 Life Church members. Malin is now having dreams of the Life Church. These things are
So-
coming up, and it seems too often to be a coincidence.
So you want to go visit a Life Church? Is that what you're asking?
Want to is not entirely the answer, but yes.
Okay. Sure. I'm down to accompany you
May
to
I
the church.
suggest we finish this job first and do that later?
Oh, yes, of course. That goes without saying.
Quick question, did anybody seem to notice a magic shop in this town? Specifically one that might sell spells?
Can I retroactively roll a perception check?
You can, yeah.
Or maybe I could just ask you, because did I spot any magic shops on my way back?
You can also do that. Yes, you did. There was a sign along the way that seemed to just be like a book with a potion next to it, and you're like, oh, probably a magic shop.
Yes, I I do believe I spotted one on my way to and fro.
How much longer until we need to depart?
Well, we should depart as soon as possible to save daylight, but we're under no obligation to start immediately.
Can we wait until I finish this crop pot? And you just turn around, Flower's just eating out of the pot.
You can continue eating that while we get the shopping done.
We?
Well, if it's a magic shop, then I can at least assume they would be interested in some of the things I have at my disposal.
Fair enough, I guess.
I mean, you two city people can go and do that. I don't think I have a lot that would be useful in a magic shop, so I'd probably just stay outside.
Well, you could keep Flowers company.
Yes, that was my idea. Yes.
All right. Well,
Where's Waylon?
Alice,
Oh, right. He hasn't come down yet.
uh,
Must have needed a lot of sleep.
I heard my name, and you hear like the footsteps coming down the
Speak of
stairs.
the fuck devil.
Ah, good
Like a
morning,
devil
Waylon.
orange.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah, I actually slept pretty well.
You're
Aside
welcome.
from all the racket at the start.
she just says, "You're welcome," and closes the book and stands up.
I owe you one then.
Oh, please. No skin off of my nose. Anyway, magic shop, Mr. Magnelius.
yes, indeed. Alice, will you accompany us or?
Yes,
Shall
I
you-
will be accompanying.
Nah, wonderful.
If you don't want me to go in, so you two can do whatever the fuck you're gonna do, I'll stand outside. But
Well then, shall we? And he extends the arm. Does Rin accept?
Sorry, I blanked for like a hot second and didn't realize you were talking to me.
You're fine.
God, my...
we're restarted.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
am
he
restarted.
extends
Okay,
he extends
yeah.
his arm for you to crook
She
with.
she will take it, still grinning like, aha, my plan worked. She's riding the high of a plan working against you.
Ellis
Jill?
is indeed try your best not to laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Laughing with that smirk, just
Oh yeah. To the magic shop.
You
Oh,
go to
oh.
the magic shop.
Nice.
I bring with Grumpus and the cart, and I pick out all the jewels I have with me to see if they'd be interested in any of it.
You
We
bring the
should-
cart with you, the one that has the
My
demon?
cart, not the
Oh,
demon
okay.
cart.
I think that is.
No, we traveled in
No,
a
it's 2 carts.
Yeah, we have 2 carts.
Ah, okay.
Mine,
yeah.
my personal cart.
Then you bring the cart that doesn't have the shaking treasure chest with the demon in it.
All right. While we are in the magic shop, I would like to look for scrolls that would contain any necromancy spells. So any well, not any, up to 4th level necromancy spells is what I'm looking for.
Up to 4th level.
Yeah.
Give me a. I guess just it wouldn't really be a check. Just give me a D20 roll to see if you discover anything of the sort.
Is there anything I can add to this?
Actually, yeah, I'll say give me an Arcana roll.
Okay, perfect. Look at my +6 there. And you know what? Since I know I'm shopping, can I use guidance?
Yeah, sure.
Lovely, lovely.
You see a large collection of it's kind of a wall of miscellaneous unorganized scrolls,
Ooh,
but they seem to be.
not a good sign.
It seems like the implication here is it's not an easy off the shelf. It's yours.
Mhm.
It's like a, hey, I got these, but I'm not quite sure what's in them. So miscellaneous bag.
What are you laughing at, Angels?
Something I just didn't say.
Oh, I swear to God.
That would be demonic.
That would be demonic.
It would.
Okay, an 18.
18. As you're looking around, you notice that one of the scrolls is etched onto a type of paper, which is a bit more of an ashy charcoal color.
Okay.
And you realize it's a unique type of paper that almost 98% of the time is only used for the kind of spells you're looking for. You get that you can identify that as one of the types of spells you're looking for. Level 4 necromancy.
Hey.
I'll just
Oh, a
let you
level
pick
4
which one you want
necromancy.
to
Oh
be.
my. Okay.
Yeah, the one you're looking for.
I said up to, but I'll fucking take it. I'm not gonna
However, you notice that's the only one with that paper.
Fair enough.
All the others are a mystery.
All of the others are probably other spells. Greta, really? She is pouting in front of my husband's office. Precariously placed so I can see her and she's in front of his office. That's pathetic, child.
He really wants to chew those baseboards,
She
man.
really does. Okay. All right. I will take this scroll. I will approach the proprietor of the shop. Excuse me, sir. How much for this scroll
Oh,
specifically?
what you? Oh, yeah. No, you go.
Just this scroll specifically. Just this one.
The scroll. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh
Sorry, you
God.
got me in the middle. So, he adjusts his glasses.
Mm-hmm.
2 gold.
2 gold. 2 gold. Shit. Do I have 2 gold? I do. Let's go.
I thought we would get a Magnelius.
Oh, I wouldn't do that to him. I pay my way.
Oh.
But you're in here, right?
Yeah, he's preparing the gems he has and the silver he has to proposition the person.
Any chance you could check and see if this scroll is actually worth 2 gold?
Honestly, a 4th level spell scrub for 2 gold. That's a steal, motherfucker.
All right, cool. All right, I'll take that note.
But if you really want Timothy's guess.
Mhm.
If you look over to him and like hold up the scroll after he heard 2 gold pieces, he just
Mhm.
gives you a quick fervent nod, like yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool. Yeah. She won't hold it up to like make it obvious what she's doing, but she'll like move slightly, look over her shoulder at him, get the nod. All right, cool. All right, and she will open up a little coin purse, take out 2 gold, put them on the thing, pull her coin purse back, and yank the scroll closed, and it's like, haha, fuck you.
Thank you. Come again. Is there anything else you need?
No, that should do it.
Well-
Although I do believe my compatriot would like to speak with you. She will
Yes.
walk away.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Mr. Agnelius.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. What can I help you with?
Well, I have some gemstones and a little
Gems. What? You came in here with gem? Okay.
Well, I wanted to see if you were interested in any of them. I also have 2 pounds of silver for inlays or jewelry or things of enchanting nature.
Are you like putting this stuff on the table right now to show him?
Yeah, like he's slowly like as he takes out the silver first because that's like the least of his expertise, right? But as when it comes to the gemstones, he starts going into like this like how good in quality they are and that sort of thing. And lastly, he places a pearl on the desk and says very knowingly like, and you already know what you could do with a pearl.
The moment you put the silver on the table, he immediately he's like this elf dude just like resting his elbows on the table right now, and like he's got his back hunched, he doesn't have good posture. He like immediately like rubs it against his arm and puts it back down, like looks at his arm.
Yep. Allergic reaction. That's some good stuff.
I try to deal only in the good stuff. Speaking of the good stuff, this here is some tiger eye, and as I said, he starts going over the things, and
You did what to a tiger?
no, a tiger eye, and he holds up the very angular gemstone, yellow in nature, a translucent
okay.
brown with golden center gemstone.
And he's just like squinting at it.
Okay. How much do you want?
Well, I'm wondering if you're interested at all.
The pearl, yes. Gems, kinda.
Well, I have a few gems here. Outside of the pearl, which one of these else do I know would like be good for? Well, either alchemical or arcane uses.
How many gems do you have on the table right now?
I have tiger eye, moss agate, branded agate, hematite, eye agate, chalcedony, citrine, cycron, chrysolberry, garnet, and a pearl.
Give me I'll say a d20 roll.
All right. Sure. 12.
2 of those gems on the table have like a obvious use for him that you could tell you could probably easily make those into something. The rest are kind of he might not care about them.
All right. Obviously it's the pearl, one of them. But then from which category? I have 10 gold pieces, 50 gold pieces, and 100 gold pieces.
Let me think. He'd probably only be able to. He wouldn't be able to afford a 100 gold piece sale in this location.
Mm.
So he just like wouldn't be interested in buying them. He'd be able to afford the silver ones though.
The silver. Right, that would be like 10 gold pieces for 2 pounds. Well, if you can't afford it, you said there were other spell scrolls as well.
Yeah, there's a wall of kind of miscellaneous scrolls.
All right. There wouldn't happen to be one for charm monster, would there?
Give me an Arcana check.
That's right. Briar, can you please help me find a charm monster spell scroll? Please give me advantage. Help. If you're talking, you're muted.
Yes, I will perform the help action. I totally noticed I was muted.
Ah, thank you.
You're
Oh shit,
welcome.
that was needed. 20.
Yeah, that really was. Jesus.
Okay, you got a 20? Nice. Yeah. On the shelf, there is a spell scroll for that.
All right. Then he'll be happy to trade away the pearl, the pearl for the charm monster, and the 2 silver for 14 gold.
Gotcha.
And if that is agreeable to him, strike that deal, baby.
All right, sounds good. And he also goes, "Hey, want to see a cool trick with that heliite?"
Of course.
He picks up the heliite. It's kind of a cylindrical, citrus-colored gem,
Don't eat it. Don't eat
Yeah.
it.
and he holding it kind of like a cigarette. He taps it on the table, takes a deep breath, and goes, and he blows air to the back of it, and it spits fire like he's breathing fire out the front of it, only 2 feet in front of him. And he's like, "Cool trick, huh?"
Very impressive,
No.
sir.
Now, isn't that something? Did he set anything on fire doing that? A light?
No, he just spurted it into the air.
Okay. I'll be sure to remember that. Interesting. Thank you. It was nice to make. It was good trading. Remind me, what was this town called again?
Linalia.
How the fuck do you spell that? Just please put it inside chat.
Sure, I'll just copy and paste it.
Don't try to spell things out loud to a dyslexic man.
You would think he would know that because his girlfriend's, but no, he still says things out loud.
I'm gonna go slow this time when I spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Is it bad that I actually know how to spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Only
It's
because
not a bad word.
I was in a production of Mary Poppins, and in that song, you have to spell it.
And to spell banana, you have to say BANANANANANAN.
I'm gonna have a stroke. Anyway, we leave the magic shop. I'm assuming... You know what? No, I'm not gonna assume anything. I'm gonna look at the scroll a bit, turn it over. Did that man really just sell me this scroll for 2 gold?
He did. He's gonna make sure that the door is closed by that point, and he continues saying, and he traded me a scroll of charm monster for a pearl. We robbed that man blind.
I almost feel bad. Almost.
You don't understand how blindly that man just lost
Yes,
money.
I am quite aware. You know how expensive spell scrolls are in Pleiadorus?
I am aware.
Exactly. I almost
Maybe
feel
the
bad.
first
He
thing you
clearly
say-
wasn't, the actual proprietor. He must just be an employee.
Mm,
God damn it, Yasha.
Nonetheless, we should leave before he realizes.
Yes, we should.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we make
So
off with
Oh, yeah.
our.
Stolen
You
goods.
make off with your essentially stolen goods. So anyway, folks, foreshadowing is a narrative device.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious. Oh, denial
So
is a
anyway.
river in Egypt. We just robbed a man.
Oh no!
I think like 4th level spell scrolls are like it's up there in the 500s.
Oh.
Or
Oh god.
in that
They're
ballpark.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to like teach makeshift the
There you go.
economy.
No.
Are
No,
you-
I
are you
think
sure?
I think he knows.
Are you sure you got your hands on a 4th level spell slot?
Spell scroll, number 1. Number 2,
Yeah.
fuck, let me check. As we're far enough away, I'm gonna open the scroll and examine it and see what I got here.
Oh, you're opening it. Well,
Yes.
first, you,
Oh,
you
no.
do see that it's got a wax seal on it.
Okay.
You notice the wax seal is looking a little dried up. This scroll might be a little old.
I can't metagame. I can't fucking metagame. Oh,
What's the vote?
this seal is quite old.
Oh, is it?
Yes. I really do feel like I just robbed a man.
Oh, we most certainly did.
I mean, we didn't lie or do anything wrong. He was just kind of
Look.
stupid.
There is a difference between robbing someone blind and someone being stupid.
Hmm.
I try to make fair deals, but if someone doesn't know their worth, of their goods, I'm not gonna correct them.
Hmm. I'm not even exactly sure what this spell is. All the spell scrolls that I've bought in the past have been labeled. Kind of like looks over at Tim.
Yeah, I mean, he holds up his spell scroll of Charm Monster because that's why he did a Arcana check to make sure, like, yeah, this is the correct one, because otherwise he would not buy it.
This paper is usually used for necromancy magic. I've seen it before. This.
Makeshift.
Yes.
With her saying that, does that strike anything in my head about why necromancy uses specific type of papers?
You just say because they're edgy bastards, I'm gonna punch you.
The paper itself is one of the spell components. You know that necromancy spells, they are a little bit less stable, and that paper that's printed onto is meant to kind of keep in the necrotic, like, it's essentially so it doesn't rot the paper.
Oh, okay. So it's a little bit like crystallization of TNT, just ruining the TNT.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Well, let me see what I've got. And I am gonna open it.
And one more time, what was the spell that you bought?
I was just hoping for any necromancy spell. And you said 4th level.
Let me quickly take a gander.
I said up
That's
to 4th level.
Let's see. Spell casting.
I'm
Okay,
so
just-
fucked. I've just fucked myself. I just know it.
Spells by school.
Save me, Mr. Magnelius. I'm being stabbed by a fey creature.
I'm going to
There's a
quickly.
fake creature with you guys. God damn.
Thinking a little red cap's about to jump out and stab me to death.
No.
Oh my!
Oh, this turned out particularly ordinary. So,
Oh, was it
As you
fucking wild
open up-
magic?
oh no, that part wasn't the wild magic.
Oh.
You open it up, and you can recognize. You actually recognize pretty on. It's just the chill touch spell,
Oh,
but
okay.
it is.
That's not
It
bad.
seems that it's been strengthened as you're like looking at it. There's a lot more like arcane words written out. It's like, okay, clearly this is meant to power it up.
Oh god! Oh god!
And as you're looking at it, it does look kind of like like this looks a little old. The paper's kind of. You can kind of see why he might have discounted this. It might be a bit iffy to cast it, but like it's legit. It's a spell scroll.
Mr. Magnelius, does this look too old to cast to you? And I'm gonna like show it to him.
Well, can I like inspect the quality of paper?
Yes,
Like-
this is the fantasy version of Googling how long can chicken stay in the freezer.
Yeah, essentially. What would you? Can I just tell? Do you want something specific?
Give me a. I'll say investigation check to see how high quality, like the condition of the paper.
All right. He takes out his. Okay, so it's passive. 15.
15. It is holding itself together, but you can clearly tell, like, if they were to, like, crunch the middle of this paper, it would probably, like, immediately trigger the casting, or, like the magic holding it together would, like, flood out. It's fragile right now, essentially. So, probably shouldn't get it, like, wet or anything like that.
Well, you know, there's the saying, "Don't worry about a little rain. You're not made of sugar."
Yes.
Well, treat that thing like it was made of sugar. It's fragile, and
Oh lord.
enough violence brought upon it will. But I do know that certain casters do take spells to transfer it into their own grimoires.
Yes, I'm aware of that as well. That's why I
Yes.
bought it.
Well, it will certainly survive doing that.
Small problem, I already know this spell.
But do you know it in that form?
Very true, I do not.
I know a lot of chords for a violin, but I do not know every song.
Very true, Mr. Magnelius, very true. Well, I shall attempt to copy it into my personal spell book when we arrive back home. Let us pray it survives.
Well, he takes out. You see him like reach into like his coat, and he pulls out a tube, and he takes out the cork, like the stopper on one side,
Mm-hmm.
and he like shakes out a few papers, just to show that it contains papers, and he says, "Well, I just happen to have a device for such a thing. My handy scroll case.
I would
Usually just meant
appreciate it.
to. Yes, usually just meant to hold letters from introduction letters, but I can hold on to that for you until we return."
He kind of like looks you up and down for a second. You're not planning on retaliating for last night's jest, are you?
With a thing like that, it'd put everyone else in danger, including me and you. So, no, I will not use the dangerous spell to get back at you. Nor, in fact, will I get back at you.
Fair enough. I do appreciate that. And she will gently place the scroll back into a scroll shape and put it in the tube. Like, stops walking and everything to make sure it's very like, okay, put it right.
And Timothy puts the stopper backs and puts the improvised pipe bomb into his back pocket.
It's a pipe bomb! Yay!
So cool!
What if I just We have a fucking pipe bomb right now.
Nice.
I'm
And
gonna use it on Roko.
I assume you're all walking towards the entrance of the town.
Yeah, we're going back to our group. It's time to go home.
Gotcha.
To our mansion.
Yay.
As you're
not at all
approaching-
listening, brain would explode listening to what the two of them are talking about.
As you're all approaching the entrance, you can see Theovon. He's like already standing there with like one of the mercs from before. And he sees you approaching and he kind of gives like about time. Been
I'm
waiting for
gonna
you
look-
guys for a while.
Gonna look very closely at Theovan and see if there's anything golden, glowing, or animalistic about him.
You just examined his whole
Yes.
deal.
His hole.
Give me an insight check.
Examine his hole. Wait, what is it?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Yeah. 15.
He seems entirely human. However, you do notice he kind of resembles the merc from last night. Now that you're like getting a good look at him, and you've had a good look at the merc, like they're a little similar. Some in the jawline.
He will look suspicious.
Mm. We were just picking up a few things at a magic shop. I do believe we still have plenty of time to make it.
Yeah, well, about that. We're gonna be camping no matter what, so don't worry, I got plans for that.
We're going to be camping?
Well, yeah, do you think we were just gonna hot-foot it out of here at max speed?
Yes.
No.
No.
mean- Yes.
Are
We
you
have-
forgetting what cargo we have right now?
We have a volatile
No.
thing with us.
I was just hoping we wouldn't have to rough it in the mud.
Don't worry, that's what magic's for, sweetheart.
She looks at him after calling her sweetheart, and she just very straightens up and like, "Excuse you, I am your elder. Fuck you." Actually, how old is this man?
Give me a quick perception check. DC
Yeah,
5.
I want to know how old is this little boy? Oh, fuck. 15.
He visually looks like he's in his 40s.
Fuck, he's older than me. She just kind of looks at him, looks him up and down. You call every woman that?
Oh, pardon me if I offended. I'm just a bit casual, I guess.
Sister will be fine.
Right. Anyway, let's start liking it anyway.
There was 2 guys with him when we left. When we both
Indeed.
left.
Now there's only
He-
one.
He looks around real quick and asks, "Where's your third?"
Don't worry about him. He's got work to do here.
All right. Well done.
Are you siblings? Or like
He's
father and son?
he was like mid turning and he like paused and was like and goes, "Why do you ask?"
Well, you look similar, does it? It could be like all humans look the same, man. But
Timothy looks down on Malin.
Desert will also look at her like, "Really, bitch?"
Give me a quick performance check after you say that.
It is looking up. I didn't hear a word.
Oh,
says shit sometimes, man.
He giggles a little bit and just goes, "Funny." Yeah,
Well
I
done.
don't know. Maybe we're like distant relatives or something.
weirder things has happened. And
Remind me to have
Timothy.
Malin checked for face blindness when we get back to Theodorus.
Shall we be off
I
then?
see faces perfectly well.
She just kind of looks at you, gives you like a, oh, sure you can, sweetie, kind of look. Right. Of course. She just looks over at Tim like, no, make sure I get her checked. We need to check her for fleas. Let's fucking go. Let's get home. I wanna be back in my mansion.
When they turn around to start walking, I'm just gonna like say to Malin, did you eat that mushroom again?
Can you say that a little louder?
Did you eat that mushroom again?
She will look at the point on the road. Her stare sort of like dilates a bit. I don't think so. I don't think the mushroom that I ate this morning was. It should have been a normal one.
I can smell colors, man.
Yeah.
Can you smell colors, Malin? Can you smell it? All right,
I can smell
let's
your
go
butt.
home.
Yeah.
I can smell you.
Word. I was trying to find a brightness setting for the light bulb in my room, but I'm so pasty white that my skin keeps being the highlight of my camera frame, and
Good.
it keeps like blacking out everything else.
Good.
Anyway, so you start making your way back at a slower pace, and after a long day of traveling, the shorter days of the coming winter are very quickly catch up with you as the sun's quickly setting, and you're only like 3/4 of the way back, and eventually Theovan just goes, "All right, yeah, about as far as we're gonna get. Let's set up camp."
Nezra does not look happy about this.
Don't worry, like I said, I packed for this sort of thing. And he just holds up his hands and like gives a little like clapping motion in like a
Clap
large
on.
circular area in front of him. Like starts like steaming and like dries up the snow that's in it. And all the ground like nicely firms up. And after a moment, like the heat vapor kind of disappears and you can see just a nice, like dried up area.
I want to
Yes.
see what kind of magic this is. Can I roll an Arcana check, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. I feel weird about this, man. Guidance. I'm getting guidance. Get guidance, fool. Dirty 27.
That was a spell you have never seen before. It seems similar to like the tiny hut spell, which like makes a little
Mhm.
dome to like sleep in.
Yeah.
But like it's supposed to make a dome, not just dry up an area for camping and warm it up, like he seems to have done. So that was weird.
Pardon me, sir, but what spell exactly was that? I've never seen that before.
To be honest, I don't really know. And he like reaches into his jacket and he pulls out this like weird looking totem and he goes, "It's just an item I bought one time. Seemed like
I
it'd
want to
come
see
in
what that
handy."
is. I want to see what that is.
Give me a Arcana check again.
Do I
I
guidance
could
this
do
again?
you. I could do you one better.
Guidance.
Timothy looks at that and says, "Do you want it identified?"
Yes, please.
He's looking at the guy when he says that.
He says, "No need. Does what it needs to do, right?"
Would you mind if I identified it, just for my own curiosity?
Knock yourself out.
Thank you.
And he first like steps into the warmth because it is warm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand next to Mr. Magnelius as he identifies it because I am curious and a little suspicious.
Yeah.
And you see as the dude, he actually like steps into the warmth and he walks to the center of the circle and he just like stabs it down into the center and just leaves it there in the dirt.
Timothy walks up and kneels next to it and You know what? I'm just gonna cast it. No, I'm not gonna bother ritual cast it. As I do this.
Nice. You cast that. Identify. You choose an object you can touch. You cast it, but for some reason you can't quite. It's not quite clear what school it's from. You don't really have quite a frame of reference for this. It seems a bit like it's coming from. Is Abjugation the one that casts like Firebolt and Destruction spells?
That's evocation.
Evocation. It kind of seems like it's evocation, but something about this is a little odd. It's unclear.
Does this seem
Okay.
like Fey shit?
I mean, aesthetically, that does kind of seem like Fey shit.
I'm gonna arcane it anyway, if you don't mind.
Was it
for it.
created by a spell?
You check it, and as you're inspecting it, it seems kind of odd. It just seems like some evocation spells inside of it. It's not particularly powerful. It just seems like it's, and like if you touch it, it is a little bit warm to the touch.
Are there any runes on it? Any carvings?
No, nothing in particular. It does have kind of an
Uh,
ornate design, but nothing that looks like writing.
I don't like this.
Makeshift.
Yes.
Do I know if a spell created this item or if it was made to contain a spell?
You can tell it looks like it was made to contain a spell.
Okay. Evocation ish made. Does it require attunement?
Attunement?
Yes.
It does not, from what you can tell.
So it's a wondrous item, and I assume the activation is just clap.
Maybe it is.
Don't.
Well, is it the spell tells the spell
The
does
spell tells you?
Yeah.
It doesn't require a clap to activate.
that? What does it require?
It requires only being placed in the dirt to be maintained.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. So it's just a spell I don't know, don't recognize. Evocation.
Essentially, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Timothy gives the rundown on how he thinks it was made, and but he doesn't mention anything about that he knows how it's required to use. He's gonna keep that to himself.
Gotcha.
So do we keep watches?
We're still in the wilderness.
I mean, yeah, and there was excuse me. There was that, the goof could have done something to the other animals, so maybe we should be careful. I mean, I'd be willing to take a watch. I'm sure Burko could stay up with me. Or just pick up. That's fine as well.
On that note, my guy here is actually pretty good at putting up a barrier. But watches would still be useful. It doesn't block visuals all that well. Hop to it, would you? And the merc who's next to him just kind of gives him like a bored look and's like, all right. And he starts walking along the edge of the circle, and he's like pointing his finger down at the edge and swiping it along the edge of it. And you can see kind of like a wave of energy passes where he points. And it looks like some runes are appearing on the ground as he walks.
All right, so I can take second watch if someone would take. I don't know, do we take 3 or 4?
Well, the more watches, the faster people can. The more watches, the faster we can get moving. Less time spent waiting for someone to sleep.
4 watches between the, 5 of us.
If I am needed for a watch, I can take one.
I can take one.
Well, that makes 4, doesn't it? Good night, everyone.
Rat.
Rats.
She will literally look you up and down, sneer a little bit. Rat.
Hold on, who's the 4th one?
Tim.
No,
Yeah.
he's preparing to go to sleep.
That's right, because Flowers is going to stay up with you, right, Maylene?
Yes, I'm
So there's
not
still
going
a
to be able to
fourth
stay up alone.
watch necessary. And she turns slowly and looks at Tim.
He's rolling
But
out his
Alice
bed
is giving him a
roll.
look of like,
Mr. Magnelius.
Don't worry about it, all of you. I'll just take care of it.
No,
alright?
shush, he needs to pull his weight. Mr. Magnelius.
All
Well, I
right.
pulled my weight fine enough. And he gets into it. Good night, everyone.
Alice walks over and just actually lifts him out of the.
I no longer feel bad about trying to fuck you over last night.
I'm going to wake him up after my
Uh,
watch. I don't care.
Purple.
Yes.
Alice. You feel a singular hair of your head being plucked.
Hear all you want,
Mage
sir.
hand.
Just a singular one.
The fuck?
Why the fuck you plucking my hair?
Because you haven't put me down yet. And you're being very, very, very physical about this.
Yes, because we were having a discussion and you immediately assumed it was crawl into bed and we weren't finished.
But we are. There are 4 watches filled. So, I would like to sleep now. Would you please put me down?
Malin, you're waking him up.
Yeah.
Alice puts him back down.
And Theovon once again, like he says kind of quietly to Malin this time, like, listen, seriously, it's fine. I can just take the 4th.
I think I'm just going to wake him up anyway. If he decides to stay awake, that's on him. So, he's probably going to go back to sleep. I just want to annoy him a bit.
All right. And then, on that note, I'll say the night begins.
I'm taking
It
nice
that.
right in it.
begins.
The first 2 watches pass easy peasy. Nothing occurs. Keep your eyes peeled. It's dark out in the woods. No spooky noises. All good. The 3rd watch. Let me just quickly hang
Goddamn.
on. This is gonna be a private GM roll.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, question mark.
So, as you like the night's passing, the 3rd shift is Flowers and Malin who are about to wake up Tim.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're starting to get tired. The time's kind of coming up on you to wake him up. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to instruct Flowers to go to Theovon's tent to gently wake him, like hand on the shoulder. Very specifically say that. And then,
If it is a watch, it would definitely be Soldier.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Flowers gets to sleep for the night.
Yeah, and she will like during the watch talk with Soldier, or talk at Soldier most of the time. But just instruct him on how to, or on waking Theovan, and then go over to Timothy's tent and sort of loom over him with her. I think it was like 4'3" or something. And tickle his nose with her tail.
Gotcha. You go to do that. You're tickling Tim's nose, right?
Yes.
Tim, give me a Constitution saving throw. DC 10.
You got it, boss. Yeah.
You stay asleep.
Motherfucker.
The nose tickle failed.
You ain't waking an angels. Alexander nor Tim is easily awoken,
And apparently,
reflecting real life.
we got you awake fairly okay. I'm gonna lean down and shake his shoulder. Like, hey, Timothy. Tim,
Give me a
wake up, come on.
Constitution saving throw, DC 15.
Yeah.
He's still out cold.
I am going to commit various, very dangerous war crimes.
You wanted to wake him yourself. You didn't want Soldier to just pick him up by the leg.
And she will just sit on his chest cross-legged and poke his cheek insistently.
Give you a Constitution saving throw, DC 20.
God fuck. If you make this, I am killing you myself.
Yes! Yes!
Oh my god! He still sleeps.
Let's
through
go! Let's go! I've never rolled better in my life when it's needed. I hit the DC all the time. No
Sits there.
murderer.
Staring at him. Oh fuck. Just like pats both his cheeks, still with that Constitution saving throw, and like moves his head around. Are you dead?
Give me a Constitution saving throw, DC 22.
Oh, okay.
You need the nat 20.
I needed that
Please
20.
roll a 20.
If you get in
If-
at 20 on this one,
5% people. Ah!
Oh, it teetered on it. It was so close.
Oh, it was so close.
You wake
okay,
up.
so you have a cat kneeling on your chest, having her hands on both your cheeks, like shaking your head, and she's just looking at you. Like, are you dead? Are you okay?
He just rolls over.
Like, gets thrown on the ground. Oi!
Shh.
Don't shh me!
Don't wake the others.
What's it? Just very frustrated. And... Brother, what? How the fuck do you sleep so tightly? What the fuck?
Nightly regimen. And he just throws his hands up, and you get a whiff of lavender. And the area around him gets a little bit warmer.
She squints her eyes at him. Well, it is theoretically your time to take watch, but if you trust the Van enough,
He just rolls over again.
motherfucker. And she will go back out and look where Soldier is.
I am guessing Soldier is not gonna have trouble waking up Theo then.
Yeah, no. You give him a little shake and he like You hear me as just like, on time. All right.
Yep.
And he gets up and exits his tent.
Then just snuggle back up with Soldier in their little tent. Just thank you for staying with me today.
Mm-hmm.
Head on chest. Out.
Gotcha. And so, as the minutes start to tick by, everybody who is part of the party is currently trying to fall asleep. Give me Tim, Flowers, and Malin. Give me a DC 18 perception check
God
because you're getting an
fucking
EB.
damn it. Ooh.
Yeah, I've used all the good rolls now.
27.
Malin, you hear some walking around outside. Like Theovan was like probably standing with his back up against a tree, but it seems like he's started moving around a little bit.
I'm just gonna. I'm guessing the like flaps of the tents are closed, but I'm just gonna maneuver in a way where I'm laying against Flower's side, but I have my head peeking out so I can see and hear outside better.
Give me a stealth check.
Stealth. I am small. 18.
As you peek your head out, you notice Theovan's attention is on the cart. And he's taken a few steps outside of like the ring to where the cart is parked. And he's just kind of like examining that chest really closely. He's not touching it, but he is like really, really close to it.
I would like to sneak up on him. Like walk
Oh,
up right behind him.
okay. Give me a stealth check.
16.
16. Okay, describe to me how you sneak up on him.
Uh, just with the quiet agility of an actual cat, treading very lightly on the snow and keeping to his blind spot, or like rushing to his blind spot as quick as she can, and then keeping to it as she approaches him. Just listening if he's muttering anything, cause that's some suspicious behavior, man.
Gotcha. You see, he's not really like doing too much. He's not saying much of anything either. How far away from him are you standing?
If there's any trees around, by a tree, like 3 meters away. If there's no trees around, yeah, no, 3 meters away. That seems like a good thing. And if he's approaching the cart even more, getting closer myself.
He's basically standing only like an arm's reach away from it, but he's still just standing there staring at it.
Menacingly.
Yeah, menacingly.
I sort of do want to just sneak up on him and scare him half to death. Just
You can do it if you want to.
hell yeah. Just gonna walk up like right behind him. Just quietly go. What you doing there, Theovan?
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
Gotcha. As you say that quietly, he responds and goes, "Not too loud." He sort of like, you see his arm like reach out from in front of him, and he kind of like does a come here motion to gesture you a little further, a little closer towards him.
Come be that.
By the
The
way,
fuck?
I could hear your
Uh,
footsteps.
I'm gonna approach and get on my tippy toes because small. What is he pondering?
His orb.
Do you say that to him?
No, I'm
Oh.
looking at what he is pondering.
He's just looking at the big demon chest thing, and he goes, "This thing shakes more during the day, doesn't it? It's not
I
shaking
think
all
so.
that much at all right now."
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to understand why it's not shaking. There's supposed to be a demon inside this thing.
Have you
And as
tried
he's,
communicating it?
that's the thing, I don't know. And as he's talking, it does do like a little bit of like a tiny shake. See that? It's still in there. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know how much it could do, how much it could kill. We do know it's dangerous, though. But right now, is that thing sleeping? Would a demon sleep?
Is there any teeny tiny cracks in the box?
There is a keyhole in the front of it.
Good enough. I'm going to. Fuck it. Yeah, use one of my wild shape uses to instantly cast the spell Find Familiar and get myself a little bug, like a flea or something. I'm gonna get it on my finger. Look at the chest and let it jump onto the chest and into the hole. I would like to see into the hole.
You have a little bug crawl into the keyhole?
Yeah.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
You have a little guy crawl into the keyhole to gaze into, I guess, the abyss. And you can see through your familiar's eyes, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
As you do that, you see what looks to be a very dark room. This big black abyss in front of you. It might just be the darkness inside of it is nighttime. But in the distance, it almost seems like there's a figure sitting down on the ground, like far away inside of this tiny box. Maybe it's the bug's vision, but it looks like there's a figure just sitting huddled on the ground in the fetal position. And as the bug is looking at it, it lifts up its face. It looks in the direction of the bug, and the next thing you see is the bug just go, it like vaporize in the keyhole, like it just burned up on entry into the atmosphere.
Or yeah, Malin will just look at the thing, like snap back to herself, look at it. But to be honest, I don't think we should open it anyway.
And as you're saying that, like the chest like gives one kind of big shake, and then it calms down.
I mean, if you would like to communicate with us, you just have to talk a bit more clearly. At the box.
He looks back and forth between you and the box. I don't know. It just has me thinking, you know. Whatever this thing is, only now did I think about whether or not it was sleeping. Wonder what other things in this world that are terrifying beyond imagination still sleep.
I don't know. There's a lot of monsters that sleep.
He turns around, like steps back into the ruins, and you see the air kind of like wave around his legs as he does that. I'm gonna get back to watch.
Okay, don't open it. It seems like a very bad time. I mean, Bug didn't survive. I don't think we will have much more of a chance, to be honest.
Thought I was gonna open that thing.
I don't know. You were staring at it creepily.
And you were sneaking up on me creepily. Go to bed.
Yeah, bedtime.
And you go back to bed?
Yeah.
Then I'll say that is a good place to end this session.
Hey.
Hey.
Very nice, very nice. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for joining us for Untold
Yeah.
Realms City of Breath Mode. Sorry, I'm fading really quickly. Chill your shit, people!
Yasha the Panda on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky. I stream on Saturdays, 5 p.m. Germany time. You can convert that to your own.
The Skitty on Twitter, Blue Sky, basically under Untold Realms. You will find me. Yes, yes.
Angels per Doggernant on YouTube's. Yes.
Per Gorgonand.
Rose via your audio on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Twitch. I am getting back into streaming so far on Wednesdays and Fridays.
And of course, me Makeshift, who's right here, right now.
and then there's me. I exist. Just follow Untold Realms. I'll figure something out. We will be back on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central European Time. It's gonna be very fun. We're getting back into the Reclamation. We get to see our old buddies again. The old god killers.
Hell yeah.
There we go. I was hoping for a reaction. Other than that, we'll be here next week, same time, same place. But until then, good night.
Good night. See you
night.
tonight.